my name is Jess, and I voice Emry.
What's up? I'm Sousa, or the Avink. I play Stolik and voice Sakura.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne, and I play Bryn.
I'm Johnny, and I am playing the character Janek.
Hi, I'm Camille, and I play Cassia, Oracle of Flame.
I'm Sean, and I'm GMing this campaign. I voice Bayn with a Y, Heung, Hiro, Nyanko, Kenzen, and pretty much anyone else that shows up. Please send help.
Thanks for listening!
Previously on Sentience, our adventures finally, and I mean finally, get to the feast and find out the gruesome details of the slime's nefarious plots. Absolutely nothing. It was a pleasant night filled with dancing light-up slimes, amazingly cooked meats, and much adoration. Nothing of importance happened because our players were too busy contemplating the anatomy, culture, and psychology of slimes to do literally anything plot-worthy.
Do the two of you trust Heung to take a shift? Or is it just the two of you
I feel like
swapping?
we're fairly good in a 4-hour shift. Like, that's not...
Okay.
I mean, I trust that he has a vested interest in keeping Hiro alive.
Mm-hmm.
That's valid. But not necessarily... Oh yeah, by the way, I am, like, curled around my sword.
You barely needed to say that to me. Like...
Sleeping.
Yeah, like 10-year-old protagonist, just boxers.
No, yeah, there is some kind of padded armor under full plate. I'm not naked.
I'm pretty sure it's boxers.
No, it's like a chain shirt or padded something.
Or at least a
you know how much
Sleeping-
chafing there would be.
Sleeping in the helmet of infinite evil. And wrapped around your sword of somehow more evil.
Yeah, it sounds pretty much like that.
It is literally a 10-year-old sleeping in the middle of Christmas.
No presents.
These are my two favorite things.
Hat and sword.
This is not allowed to be a dream.
So yeah, no, we'll just be like, oh no, take your time. You're fine. You can sleep. You're fine.
He will still, like, he'll rest, but during both of your shifts, there are notable times of he is awake and guarding the room along with you.
I trust in Kiba.
Oh yeah, is Kiba
That's
in
true.
the room?
Yeah, he and Kiba are also taking shifts.
Alright, so you want to do this like hour by hour, or
No.
do you just know that nothing's happening and we're totally taking precautions for no reason whatsoever?
Yep. However,
Better safe than sorry.
Paranoid drow
you all have very vivid dreams.
Ooh.
Knew I shouldn't have eaten that lizard.
During the entire time that you are asleep, you are conscious within the fog.
Oh, I don't like this.
Yes?
Oh right, this is
Steven
the
there?
first time we've like legitimately slept, not just napped.
Yep. You get a sense of each other, but not Steven.
Uh-oh.
You count, at any one moment, you count 4 recognizable each other peoples.
Can we actually, like, interact with each other, or are we just sensing each other?
Just sensing.
Okay.
It is very similar feeling to before you woke up. Just this time you have much more familiarity with who these others are, that you can actually kind of separate them out, even gaining some sense of direction.
Can I try and poke Bryn?
While asleep?
Well, through
Like
the
in
dream world.
You-
Like not like physically poke, but like like Facebook nudge.
Yeah. You may make
She
an
vibrates.
attempt. Holy shit, sure, why not?
Jesus.
I love you!
Isn't that laugh amazing?
Yeah, that was a little scary. She's not reaching for the dice. Let's do this.
Go for charisma.
Hey.
Oh.
12. Negative
Oh yeah,
5.
we're stat.
Oh.
And a 1.
12.
You accidentally stabbed her.
So whatever you do in order to attempt this mental nudge, you feel very successful in doing it. Like, you can feel this pulse of mental energy.
That was the pokiest of pokes.
Yeah.
Okay, so my imagining is that I was trying to reach out with whatever essence is me to poke her, and I think I successfully reached out with my essence, but it was like this far, not that far.
Yeah.
So this fog stuff.
Your mental escape in the Facebook poke is just seen at 9:45.
You did the poke. She just didn't get the notification.
It's like when you're trying to do kip up, and like you manage to get your whole back off the ground, but you didn't actually make it to your feet.
Yeah.
Or you felt like you did, and then turns out you never even left the ground.
Yeah. You have gone
Story
through
of
all
my
of the motions that would be successful in your understanding and imagining of how this should work, but nothing happens afterwards.
So this fog stuff, is it peaceful, like being in a trance and the passage of time means nothing, or am I like sitting there being all
Bored as
fidgety,
fuck.
bored as fuck basically?
It is very much up to your own attitudes about this. This, like, having woken up, you've spent hundreds of years in this fog with time means nothing and just wanting to
Yeah, we don't
walk
recognize
through
that we spent hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So time, there's not a lot of meaning to time.
Okay.
If it were me in the situation, I would be really creeped out being back in the fog, and I know the time is meaningless in here. How much time is actually passing outside in what feels like 8 hours that I was trying to sleep for?
Okay. Because I'm thinking though, Cassia is used to trance-like states, so I think for Cassia it's not as worrying.
Yeah, Cassia might be a lot more at peace with it.
Like I
This is
feel
just
like
her space.
if that thought occurred to her, like she'd be a little nervous, but for the most part she's comfortable with with anything that's sort of trance-like.
Does this count as my hour?
Yeah, actually.
You are able to meditate and think on what spells and things you'll need in the future.
Okay.
Useful. Potentially.
Beautiful. All right, I'll be doing that then.
I'm just gonna take a nap while I take a nap.
Yeah.
Napception.
Like Inception.
Yeah. I'm just gonna Inception this out, so I only need like a 2-second rest.
Does our magical, mystically period of existence affect the physical body at all? Like, what's going on the physical plane?
On the physical plane, your hosts are sleeping peacefully.
Excellent.
They need the rest much more than you do.
Is Sakura dreaming separately from me?
Yes. Within the fog, you are yourself.
Okay.
Your whole self-image body is here.
Okay.
It does cause a small hiccup in the trying to prep spells. You have access to your own spells, your own prep.
My own spells were actually very limited because I could do any of them. I only knew a small amount.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm.
So,
Oh, so I don't
you
have
don't
access.
know those
I don't
things, yeah.
in this fog. I don't have access to Sakura's.
right.
Okay.
You can think through what you need to do, but some of the spell prep work you'll need the body for.
Okay.
No wonder Bayn's
Well,
been so
I'm
quiet.
just at this point. I'm just preparing exactly what was prepared when I got this body. So can I do that without Sakura?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
So, Bryn is not happy to be back in the fog again. She is pretty much just consistently being like, this is a dream, this is okay, I'm gonna wake up, and none of this will be real, and everything will go back to normal. This is a dream, and just...
Shut up, I'm trying to sleep.
Like, eventually she, like, chills out a bit. But that was the majority of her in Fogland.
Just this mantra that becomes meaningless as you repeat it.
Pretty much.
Emry's still experimenting. Trying to figure out what this whole thing is.
Are you sleeping in your sleep?
Has nobody else ever had a dream like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I have spent full nights dreaming about how tired I am.
It's
Very upsetting to wake up from that.
Yeah.
That said, you wake up. Nothing has shifted. I presume that waking up...
We switched.
Yeah. Yeah, at some point...
Okay, you were not.
At some point, the two of you switch, and I imagine that everyone waking up is more whoever was on shift recognizing it's time to wake up, and you waking the rest of the group up.
They will never let me have last shift again.
Hey! Get up!
Except a little kid.
If you're a 10-year-old.
Hey!
It's Christmas!
Come on, guys! It's time to go!
No, so Bryn like shoots up and like claw it into the bed. Just like wide-eyed, looking around, and then looks down. I'm fuzzy again. This was supposed to be a dream.
Emry was already awake because she heard you moving around.
How much time before or after sunrise is it?
That depends entirely on when you plotted to wake up.
Roughly 8 hours after everybody went to sleep.
It is fully lit outside, but the sun has not peeked over the horizon.
Okay.
I lay in bed with my eyes open to indicate that I'm not asleep, but I continue to lay in bed while I check in with Sakura and make sure that I did my spell preparation correctly.
So waking up and getting on Facebook immediately.
Shut your face.
I'm awake, I just don't want to be.
So after Bryn's just like, why moment, she'll get up and like, you know when, if you've ever had a semi-lucid dream, you will just kind of like mess with things to see if they're real. So
you
have a
do
story
your
about
am I
that
awake,
later.
Yeah.
Am I awake test.
Yeah, exactly.
My
So like
favorite dream ever.
so like feels the bed. Okay. The bed's solid. Pinch.
You're
Emry,
furry.
you've just woken up. Someone's pinching your arm. Again.
I'm a swing.
You are alone in the corner behind the door. Is that accurate still?
Yep.
Okay.
Sleepwalks.
Yeah.
Is now naked standing in the middle of the room. You don't know what Bayn does when he's sleeping.
I did not want to know what kind of underwear Bayn wears.
Or lack thereof.
Last I knew, the body was still fully clothed, but I was otherwise occupied, so who knows?
So you take a wild swing in the blind angle that you got pinched from, and make a solid thump against the wall.
Cool.
Do I feel
Yes.
okay.
What the what?
And when the thunk happens, Bryn like jumps to her feet off of the bed. Just
Who
like,
pinched me? Bayn says oddly, in an oddly high voice.
The hell, man!
Bryn looks down at Arm, then looks back at you, and then just like sits back down on the bed quietly without saying anything.
I recognize the answer to a mystery. I'll say nothing about it.
Seems like a very cat sort of thing to do.
But definitely looks semi guilty if you're paying at all attention.
I'm looking at you, but given that this is Bayn, it kind of looks like I'm glaring down at you with murderous intent.
Yep. Resting murder face.
Bryn is just sitting there like mouth tightly shut, just like trying to look composed but actually looks terrified.
Bryn, do you have something to say?
Oh, Katie's in trouble.
Bryn opens her mouth a couple of times, but no words come out.
Out with the cat!
I have no idea what just happened.
And?
I was trying to make sure I was awake still, and I pinched my arm? I don't know if that had anything to do with just happened to you.
Did anybody else feel anything?
Everyone feels
Existential dread.
exceptionally warm. They just slept in for 8 hours in a room with the furnace on full blast.
Hence the naked.
Yeah, we probably should have done something about that. Didn't think about it. Okay. Well, that's weird.
So
Don't get stabbed.
Says the knife.
I do the stabbing, not the getting stabbed.
Very unfamiliar with the other half of that relationship.
I'll do my best. I'm not really planning on it. I'm sorry, I don't know what just happened.
Emry puts a hand on her hip, gives you a look. Well, you better, which is made all the more hilarious by this being Bayn.
I gotta say, the cliches of Pathfinder, the dark, brooding drow, but put a sassy girl in his brain
Bitch, please.
is literally how everyone plays the Dark Brooding Drow ever. We just found the source code for the cliche.
And the hilarious thing is like neither of these two characters really reflects me at all.
Role playing. Yeah.
Janek, you've gathered in your sleep all of the blankets tossed off by everyone else.
Oh, right. I'm the one who's cold.
Yes.
Curled up around the brazier.
So Bryn, in a still slightly awake but also like sort of mode, is still sitting on the bed, stock straight, hoping that Bayn will stop staring at her, and does that thing when you look around the room to try and avoid the person staring at you in a awkward fashion, and sees Janek / Kenzen curled around the brazier with blankets all over him, and is just like, how are you not dying of heat right now? It's so hot in here.
What are you talking about? It's freezing.
Bryn, go poke him and see if he's cold.
Yeah, she totally does that. She like jumps up and out of is like a foot or anything just poking out of the blankets.
No. He is cocoon. Cocoon of blankets.
You can poke.
Okay, then she goes and just very, very gently just pokes cheekbone area, just like...
Just a noise.
He feels very warm to you.
Yeah, you feel like you're almost feverish. Like you feel really warm to me. It's weird. Are you feeling okay?
Other than feeling cold, I'm fine.
I'm gonna take a wild guess, y'all, and say we a bit crazy.
Well, yeah.
Not the first time I've been accused of it.
Surprise.
Somebody else see if he's warmer. It might be just because I'm fuzzy.
Oracle, you getting anything on this?
She's meditating.
I don't care.
Actually, I've decided that at this point I've stopped my meditating. Sakura has confirmed I did everything correctly, I assume, and at this point I'm sitting up in the bed. But I'm still in the bed, and I'm not going to get up and go poke a man.
It's already bad enough that you slept in the same room as a man.
No, she's not like that.
Like 4 of them.
Now, yeah, someone else do it, because, you know, if only I do it, then we don't know if it's actually the fact that I'm just fuzzy and warm that I feel it, that he's warm. Someone else do it.
But if any of us do it, it's weird.
That's just a cat going out.
Hi! Are you hot?
But we don't know if that, like, aren't you curious about what's going on right now?
Not with his body temperature, no. That has literally no effect on me.
Tell me, are you warm or are you freezing like he is?
I'm in a toasty place.
Okay, what about you, Cassia?
I'm nice and warm.
And Emry?
It's a bit warm for me.
Perhaps we should set out.
That's my kind of guy.
That wasn't creepy at all.
I'm just
Says
so
the
happy.
10-year-old.
Hey.
I'm just so happy this subject seems to be moving away from my body temperature.
Let's all touch him. Ooh, he's so cold.
I'm sorry if I'm just curious about what the hell is going on here.
You know what they say about curiosity and the cat?
No, she is like so frustrated right now that nobody else is curious about this. Because she wants to know what's happening.
I think the GM has a plan for a reveal.
Probably. Bryn is just like, she likes knowing things.
Uh-huh.
And it's so frustrating to her that she doesn't understand things.
It's not science unless everybody pokes him.
There needs to be a process here.
So Cassia finally gets out of bed and smooths her hair out and says, okay, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I really need some fresh air, so I'm gonna head out. Anyone coming?
Well, I can't let you go alone. Never split the party.
I mean, I'll come.
Am I actually naked or do I have cloth armor?
We haven't said anything about putting it back on yet.
No, I know, because it's gonna be relative based on if I'm in boxers or cloth armor underneath. Cloth padding, not actual armor. I don't want a bonus, I just want to be wearing clothing.
Just
Right.
a linen t-shirt and some trousers.
Yeah, no, there are...
Chafing man.
All of those padded bits exist to the armor,
No.
but none of them are on you.
No. Okay, I'll put on pants.
Okay.
Just the armor pants.
Full plate pants.
Full plate pants. Maybe the helmet.
10-year-old boy.
Are you going to take the
Walk around
top part
shirtless.
with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just drag it behind me because it's pretty heavy when it's not on me.
Mm-hmm.
Sword in one hand, armor in the other. Just drag it behind.
There are 2 lines in the dirt.
Outside is 4 of the well-dressed royal guards that escorted some of you to the feast.
Doesn't sound like
Hey,
a large
Bob.
enough group to be an assault party.
We are rather incompetent at the moment.
So true.
One steps forward and blarbles a lot. If you'll follow us, heroes, we will take you to the carriage.
Cassia?
Yeah, Bryn looks at Cassia.
He's going to take us to the carriage. Are we going?
Yeah, definitely. Or else are we going to go right now?
Okay. Please
Sure.
lead on.
2 of them lead the group simply down past the area of the feast, sidelining one of the much larger huts in the city. The other 2 following behind you guys.
Can the slimes shapeshift?
Well, they do that whole bowing thing when they
they're
like
flubbers.
squelch and then come back up.
Yeah, but like, could they make themselves into the shape of an ox or something?
Yeah, that's
Because
a good
we've
question.
already previously established that we see nothing capable of pulling a carriage.
But I feel like their strength would be relative still to the amount of strength they have in any form. Like, Ant-Man style, like you have the strength of a person and you become Giant Man and you're like,
But I mean, like, if they do like fusion dance. And...
Yeah, that's kind of what my thought. Like, it's a half green, half orange ox cow thing. That's how they get spots!
Oh.
I think I like your word in war. As you round a corner near a set of stables, there is a large, ornate carriage with a single, fairly small slime sitting on top, the driver position, with cloak and hat to match. In front of him, attached to the reins, are 2 mostly spherical, blue, very large slimes.
Oh.
Okay.
Do they just roll?
The bus go round and round and round and round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round.
That's kind of what
all through the town.
Why does the carriage even need wheels? The slime's under there. Smoother ride, too!
Well, it still needs an axle.
You just stab it through 2 slimes.
But slimes!
Do they just roll? Like, are they just big?
They are currently
Wobbly.
stationary.
I just don't even have questions. Like, whatever happens. I'm just getting on the freaking carriage. Like, I'm over the weirdness of this whole thing. Like, just get me the fuck out of here. I don't care how it happens.
How big are the big pulling jellies?
A big pulling jelly.
Have those words ever been combined into a sentence before?
You heard it here first, guys.
You're welcome.
Big pulling jellies.
It's what they are, though.
I think you may have just come up with a unique phrase in the history of humanity.
And episode title.
The big pulling jellies, game mechanics, they are large for the sake of us. They are a sphere of 7 to 10 feet across.
Holy shit.
Troll-sized.
They're big.
So
And they're spheres, so they're like 7 by 7, and there's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really wide. It's like 14 feet across of
jelly.
Yeah. And they
That's a lot of jelly.
they are in a restful state, so they're flat tires. But which really accentuates the 10 feet across thing.
So you're calling them fat.
I'm not sure that applies to Jello.
No, so Bryn.
Can Jello be fat or just misshapen?
So Bryn seeing these hulking jelly people is just like seriously torn between being terrified and being like just so fascinated by how they can like flatten and then not flatten, and is just kind of standing there staring at like next to the carriage, but just staring at these things.
After a moment of this, Cassia's like, okay, let's get in the carriage now, Bryn. And just pulls her along.
You kitty.
But yeah, Bryn does not fight that. It's just like probably gonna sit in the carriage, just like lost in thought.
So many thinkings.
Pretty much.
Not even thinking about the stars anymore.
Currently distracted by giant jellies. But the stars will come up again.
Once everyone is inside the carriage, the driver on top calls out, "Alright team, let's get moving!" I'm not going to think about how you can see it, but you can see it because I put too much thought into this stupid thing. The jellies at once rise up to full sphere form, putting their weight behind the reins, and slinky forward.
Oh.
But they're spheres.
They are spheres. And then they're tubes.
Oh.
And then they're spheres again. And then they're tubes.
Oh, I have...
Are there windows in this carriage?
Are they like...
That would be a really
You are-
uncomfortable carriage ride.
You are able to see this very well.
Yeah, that's really slow.
They pick up speed
They have
fairly quickly.
reins?
Like harnesses to hold on to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, harness. That
Yes.
makes more
I
sense.
was like, these are also probably just like their friends that they had dinner with the other night.
Yep.
And they've got like bits in their mouths and they're like, well, bam!
The horse people objected
Yeah.
to
I
proper
have
use of
used
reins.
the wrong horse words.
Yeah, Bryn is like face.
Harness, you're on safer ground.
Yes.
More generic term.
Yeah, Bryn is just face like against the window, just like hands on either side, just like, how is this working? She's gonna stay like that for a while, unless anyone tries to get her attention.
Yeah, so starting up, it is like one big jolt of movement at a time. After a bit, during that downtime, the carriage is just rolling on its own. It smooths out.
But it's never perfectly smooth.
No, there's always a bit of jolting.
Okay, well, this is new.
Are there any slimes in the carriage with us?
Nope, it is just the 6 of you. You pass the scene of your battle from the day before.
Oh, weird. I wonder what that is.
Where's the puppy?
The puppy, the very, very large alpha puppy, the cart moves to the side of this path.
Around that.
Yeah, just around the whole mess of random animal attacks.
Are you sure that the large slimes don't slurp some of it up?
Roll straight through.
It's very
Travel
unprofessional.
snack.
Very unprofessional.
Wasn't there's that game, like that really quirky Japanese game where you like roll everything into a giant massive ball.
Katamari.
Yeah!
As the cart passes, what they take to be just animal attacks, attacking each other, wolves doing wolf stuff, you guys recognize as the scene of the battle that you created most of. You pass the alpha puppy, who is eviscerated.
That wasn't like that before.
Much scavenging and lots of gross.
Emry doesn't care, she's sulking.
Only the alpha doggo is, or alpha wolf. I can't straight face say doggo.
Can't
Only-
doggo.
Only the alpha wolf has been eviscerated. The other
Yes.
ones are as we left them.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, Bryn looks like she's gonna be sick.
Any other...
Hiro.
There's an internal war.
Would you like to, out of character...
I want to jump out of the back and go and kiss a face and tell him I'm sorry and make him a little burial site.
Oh,
That is...
out of character.
That is so anti-Stolik.
I know. I edited that whole episode.
However,
Stolik is
those-
this little nosy.
those are all sentiments of Hiro buried
Shut the
in
fuck up, kid.
buried in the head of Stolik. Can we just go back and make sure he's okay?
He's not okay.
But maybe we can.
He's not. It's not okay. There, child.
There. Pat's on
Pat's own face.
Yeah, after taking catching the first glimpse, Bryn is specifically not looking out the window anymore, and is just like hands on either side of eyes, like not looking.
Smells like entrails.
Oh gosh, no, that is the thing that's making her almost puke. She's just sitting there like, nope, not gonna throw up, it's fine, with the jerky carriage not helping.
Keep in mind that it was a mostly clean battle.
Yeah.
One slit throat, one chopped off head, one ran away.
Okay, Cassia remarks, interesting how it's only the one that was alive when we left that was ravaged like that. The others were all left alone.
I mean, I just knocked the other one out. Or, Nyanko did. I didn't kill that one, I don't think. It went unconscious, I thought.
Guilty looks at Emry.
Emry still does not care. For once in their lives, Emry and Bayn are in perfect sync and brooding together.
For once in their last 2 hours that they've consciously known each other.
I don't expect it to be a common thing.
I am ready, if Kat vomits, to put her head outside of the carriage.
Through the wall or otherwise.
Exactly.
Swings open door, cat! Throw
If
it.
she starts to look too green and not too calico.
There's a lot of stress shedding.
I can imagine.
Well, barfs
Getting all over me.
everywhere. She doesn't, but she gets a little close when the fumes happen.
So how'd everyone sleep?
Anyone have weird fog dreams?
I think I was back in the fog again. Did that happen to any of you guys too?
Emry comes up behind Bryn and pokes her hardishly in the back.
Hardishly, like drawing pain from the cat?
Not exactly pain, but like,
You can feel it.
A firm
Okay.
tap.
And then Bryn kind of jumps and may accidentally smack whoever's next to her just as a, like, you know when you freak out and
So
your
what
arm
Cheyenne
just kinda,
does when you poke
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Your arm kind of just lashes out a little bit.
her. Nobody does that except you.
Actually, if you poke me in the sides, I will lash out.
Hold on, do I feel it?
Oh.
The firm poke, you do not.
I'm
Yes.
gonna pull her tail.
Oh.
This is the best science ever.
She doesn't have a tail to feel, so does she just feel like a weird tug at her butt? Does she feel anything? Like, I wanted to pull her tail anyway, now I can pretend like it's for you, because you're curious about everything all the time. You know, I just thought I'd help you out here.
Ow!
A firm yank to the tail,
Oh, you shedded.
which is very rude. Emry, there is a firm yank, painful yank on your tailbone.
Ow.
Holy frick, what?
I'm gonna flick her in the ear.
Stop it!
Wait, ear or ear?
Her cat ear.
Yeah, she only has cat ears.
Not like Ruby, where Blake has
Right,
two
right,
sets
right.
of ears.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Emry, there is a small but sharp pain in your ear. Your normally placed humanoid ear.
My hands fly from where they had been rubbing my tailbone up to smack onto my head.
This is fun. I'm gonna punch her in the face.
Stop it!
Has anyone tried pinching Emry to see
Ooh!
if
I'll,
Yes, can we stop messing with me, please?
I pinch myself.
Someone has pinched your arm.
You are a
did you feel
receiver only.
I didn't. No, I didn't feel that one.
Well, that's hardly fair. You, cat? No getting stabbed.
I told you earlier that I am going to do my very best to avoid that. Putting hands up in a please don't hit me kind of way.
I'm not gonna hit you now.
I will.
The instinct of please stop yelling at me.
But
Don't hit me.
Rather ironically, you are now pretty much immune from Bayn.
No, because you didn't feel it when you poked.
So is it when you do stuff you don't feel it, or is it when it's not malicious intent? You should flick her in the ear. Science, we have to try every option and figure it out, right?
I don't like this kind of science.
But you're okay with touching a dude's face with everybody's hands.
He didn't seem to mind. He didn't say not to.
He didn't say no.
I pinch her while she's distracted.
You receive a pinch.
Do I feel it?
Yes.
Ow!
Right? Well, this has been entertaining.
Can we please stop this?
What if we shaved her?
I wonder if that would make me feel cooler.
Yeah. Nice.
Bryn is
I'll just
currently
slowly draw
in
my
the
sword,
corner
start sharpening
of
the blade.
the carriage as much as she can, like huddling, trying to get away from everyone.
Ah, friendship.
I'm gonna turn around and pinch Janek.
Exposed arms.
Yeah, aim. I was gonna
Ooh,
say
so muscular.
where, but
But it's Bayn. Ooh, so muscular.
Right? Yeah.
I think you broke a little bit.
I'm pretty sure Janek is not going to know what to make of a pinch from the dark elf.
probably
Lord.
not the first time that a drow has flirted with you. But time and place. But time and place.
Bro.
But does it hurt?
You receive a small, sharp pain because Emry is pinching you. Emry, you receive a small, sharp pain. Would you
Oh,
like to
no.
repeat that, but with words?
I would like to bitch slap myself in the face.
Roll a d4.
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh.
There's not a 4 in this
Do you want
bag!
one?
It's just
Here.
a race against mysteries.
4.
You. So, receive 4 non-lethal damage, and bitch slap yourself across the carriage. Emry, there is no change in momentum, but you feel the burning after effects of a very, very hard slap to your face.
Ow! What the fuck? Cut it out!
This is stupidly entertaining.
Wait, does she get the non-lethal damage?
No.
Okay.
So, the good news
Phantom
is
pains.
we can all be stabbed and it doesn't seem like you'll take any actual damage. It'll just hurt like a bitch. You want to try that one, Cassia?
Me? No, thank you.
What if we stab somebody with you? Would you, like, absorb their life force? Gimme.
You will be master of all.
Stolik wins because he walks around with all of us.
It's just Hiro, though. Just Hiro stacked with the entire party. I'm a Megazord. Oh my god.
So much energy.
I would like to take this brief intermission in travel time to ask, do those affected by personalized mysteries want to give any guess to what is affecting them?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm going with Mistworld.
With what?
Mistworld.
What is this effect on you?
Well, everyone in the party is overheated except for Janek, who is very cold. And yeah, that and the pain thing with Emry are the only things that I think we haven't solved yet.
So he's absorbing our cold, she's absorbing our feelings.
Or we're absorbing his heat.
That doesn't make sense.
But you're
as to
not
why.
absorbing pain. You're
Feeling, but not
feeling,
absorbing.
but you're not painless.
That's true.
Yeah, no, it still hurts.
So Janek is a freak.
We should all just punch ourselves in the face more.
And,
It's a good way to get you to shut the hell up, though.
and Cassia, while you may have solved it internally, you have not said what your effect is.
Okay, so language things. I heard King Leader instead of King Oobleck, and I hear Nyanko instead of, what is it, Swiftclaw?
Fast Swipe.
Fast Swipe. And the reason...
Swiftclaw is so much cooler.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I autocorrected it in my head. No. So the reason behind that is basically just that I knew Ascarian, whereas no one except Stolik did, and Stolik only knew it barely. So I was hearing the translated Ascarian instead of the actual word. Also, the north is north. North is actually an Ascarian word. Or the land of north is called north, but in Ascarian. Or am I off?
You are off.
Yeah,
I have no idea what
why
this
on
has to
earth
do.
would Nyanko's name mean something in Ascarian, but everybody else's name, like, she wasn't named in
Now that
Ascarian.
you mention it. Wait, so why did we think I'd solved this?
And what
You
does it all have to
You
do
thought you
with...
solved it,
Okay.
but you never said it, so I wasn't able to tell you that you
Okay.
were right or
All
wrong.
right. Well, apparently, I'm hearing things translated even
You're
when
hearing
I don't
things. What?
I'm hearing the translated version of things even when I don't know the language or something. Because the only languages I have that everyone else doesn't, I think, is Ascarian.
Nyanko has no languages.
I know Undercommon, but
You
so
have
does
you have
Bayn.
cat and human. Go with common and
So she knows all our languages?
I can understand them when they're proper nouns. That's all we've confirmed. I don't know about other things.
It was stated clear enough, and then covered up by many more voices, that Janek, along with the carryover effects of your breastplate, one of which hasn't come up at all yet, that you may or may not remember at item creation, the other being your muffin, bag of one more biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
You also have a carryover. You have the curse of heat. Your heat is constantly being siphoned out of you.
Ah.
By the armor?
By the armor. So your sense of temperature is always one step below whatever the heat of the room is. The immediate area around you is always one step hotter than it would otherwise be.
So it's my fault.
And
It's
Yes.
your fault.
And he picked that when he
No.
made himself?
No. That is an effect that I thought of before hearing anything about the character. Before hearing about the Muffin Man.
So you were known in my circles.
It happened to work out perfectly because
make
you're
me.
literally an oven.
My pouch is constantly baking. But it came with the breastplate, and I had the muffin pouch before.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's literally a walking oven.
Yes.
But doesn't feel it.
And yet...
Feels very cold from it because it is his heat that is heating up the room.
Do we all have weird shit then?
Yes.
Fuzzy.
Mine's something to do with languages, possibly?
Yes.
Okay.
You are really close, and honestly, if you hadn't said anything about Ascarian, you'd have it.
Okay.
Because you were close enough before getting too specific.
How do we know how
do you
to speak in our physical bodies other languages when we don't know we know them?
The way that is affecting Stolik.
Is that my thing? I feel like I haven't noticed anything weird.
Yours hasn't happened. The conditions for me to say anything hinting to your effect has not come up yet. Yeah, you'll probably figure it out. However, with Stolik, he understands and can read Ascarian.
But I can't speak
Garbled
it.
tongue.
Because my trained ears, my hero-based ears can understand it. But my conscious tongue and ability to...
You can dig around in the physical brain of your host. You can look for this knowledge. Whereas Cassia, that translation happens instantly.
So
No
my
effort
object's
put in.
curse must be something curse of tongues.
I have been calling it the curse of language.
Okay. I like curse of tongues a little better.
tongues is an actual spell where you can
I'm not
understand
really
all
seeing how
languages.
that's a curse.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see how it's a curse yet either. But
That's what
results in
everybody
confusion.
says, and I've told a lot of outsiders about this. That's what everybody says, and then I say the second sentence of it.
Oh dear. Lay it on me.
Sometimes she just turns into Cheyenne where the words just don't come out. And they come out in wrong languages.
Yay!
You're walking down the street and you're like, I really want fish sticks. Nope, that wasn't it. Hang on.
I'll take it.
I meant healing potion.
So, Cassia, along with your two happy chosen traits that carry over between every host,
Diplomacy and fire resistance.
you also have the curse of language, in which you can comprehend perfect and naturally any language spoken. But you have no awareness of what the language was.
Okay.
There's no decoding what is being said. It all translates into common.
Okay.
North.
And so when I'm responding in Ascarian, is it just because...
It is because you happen to know Ascarian.
Okay.
and you are judging that these people probably speak Ascarian.
Okay.
You can put in effort to speak in a language.
Turns out it was like you were speaking French and they were all speaking French Canadian. And so they were actually speaking Aquan and you were speaking Ascarian and they were just kind of like, yes?
Sort of.
Okay, so my curse does not give... and Cassia won't know this yet, but my curse does not give Cassia the ability to actually speak in those languages, just understand.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can comprehend any spoken word.
Mm-hmm.
So half of the TARDIS translation circuit.
Yeah, responding to it takes conscious effort and a decision on what language to try to respond in.
Okay.
With the limitation of what languages you actually know anything about.
Okay.
You have no idea what my stuff is.
It has come up so slightly. I was expecting it to be really obvious after this session.
Everything she
and then
touches
it
turns
didn't
to
happen.
slime.
Exactly.
I'm already trying to figure out ways to turn this curse to my advantage.
Yeah, Emry, there's been a lot of
Well, I'll just learn
science.
Morse code.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Well, that's cool,
that's a cool
actually.
idea.
Yeah.
There has been lots of science done against yours. Would you like to try to define it? So, Emry.
Well, clearly I absorb everyone's pain, but I don't remove the pain from them. I just experience it equally.
Yes.
Like twin tone.
That is almost
you
the
don't
exact
like us.
phrasing. So the way that I have been phrasing it, you have the curse of pain. Anyone that you are actively aware of who receives pain, you also feel.
Wait, does that include like random strangers that have nothing to do with me?
Yep. It should have included the wolves that you guys murdered,
Yeah.
especially the one that you sliced open in the throat.
So only by
But
beetles.
kind of
Apparently now.
Kind of forgot about that part.
Next
you
time.
feel like you've read this
Maybe it doesn't apply to animals?
Or, I mean...
Maybe I just fucked up one day.
I will poke Kiba.
Our brains were all scrambled up. Nothing had really settled yet.
Yeah.
Well then, I don't know, the second sentence or not, I feel like I can live with mine.
Really?
Your mission is now to make it that I can't. Okay, cool.
GM
And
power.
we learned nothing.
Apparently.
Well, I mean, mine's pretty obvious. Take me to a cold climate and I'm toast. If I'm a zone colder, cold
Take
will
you
mean
t-
Arctic,
And
and
Take you to a hot climate and everybody else is toast.
Literally.
Exiled.
Do we know, what, radius?
You do not.
Okay.
Bryn will science. Just
Yeah,
randomly
'cause I
walk
mean,
into
like,
it.
Start walking
Especially
away
with
from it.
mine,
Am I
you're
still
gonna
cool?
have to
Am I
really
still
do some science, otherwise my character is going to be useless.
Well, so yours is people that you are consciously aware of in your vicinity.
Yes, but
So stab the guard outside that you didn't know existed. And you're
Yeah.
fine.
If someone gets secretly murdered in their house, you're not aware of that person.
yeah, but I
You
mean,
don't
let's
feel the
just
murder.
consider
Every battle we're a part of.
every
Right.
battle we're ever a part of.
Every battle she's a
Or
part of.
anytime we enter into a town or village. I mean, seriously, we have to consider. Think about how many minor little pains you experience every day in any given moment.
Stub your toe.
Did you pick up on the word curse?
You're not gonna have fun with this.
I'm taking it as an experiment because there's often not a sense of pain in dealing with D&D stuff. You take a hit.
I seriously think you might need to think more about this curse. Because
That sounds like a threat to the DM.
I think you may need to think more about this curse.
And we all slowly nod and continue on.
So,
battle lines have been drawn.
I am exactly the kind of person who would ruin a game.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Season 1 Sentience. Magical Bullshit is a Team Salt Productions podcast. It is produced by Cheyenne, Slurian, and the A-Bank. Editing is done by the A-Bank, and music is provided by Incompetech, and sound effects are found on freesound.org. If you would like to support us on Patreon, you can find us at Magical Bullshit. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links to everything will be in the show notes. We would love to hear your thoughts on our show. Until next time, this has been your bi-weekly dose of
Magical Bullshit!
Oh, I'm gonna die.
the next step.
What?
The GM is speechless.
Gotta pee now.
That is
Now
100%
you're
how
back
this
to
episode ends.
And the GM leaves the room.
I'm
The
gonna pee
GM
now.
has left the room. Done with us. No longer willing to put up with our ridiculousness.